This podcast is sponsored by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/mediahole for your free 30-day trial, including one free audiobook. There's over 180,000 to choose from, and you can listen to it on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or any other MP3 playing device. Thank you, Audible, for sponsoring. And once again, that is audibletrial.com/mediahole. All right, everybody, welcome to the Media Hole Podcast. This is a weekly podcast in which me and my lovely friend Ian talk about news and comics and television and games and movies and all sorts of things. And it's good, hopefully, I think. Ian, would you like to say something?
No, I'm good.
All right. Yeah.
Just gonna chill. I'll be back here.
Great podcast.
Yeah. Visual bits.
Great podcast where it's just
I took my super gamer chair and just leaned back.
Yeah. I meant like super great podcasts where it's like it'd be me talking into the mic and you like fucking 6 feet away being like, yeah. just
I'm
not
just like if I could use my headset mic, I think I would just do this one lying in bed and you'd be like talking and I'd just be like, sick Nathan. Good bit.
just like so far away from the microphone. We have fun here. In case you're new to this podcast, welcome. I did just post the breakdown episode 1, the New Mutants video, and it's the highest viewed video on the fucking channel with over 160 views. And I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you. Even the 3 people who disliked it. I'm just glad you were there. Glad you showed up.
I'm mad because they're Disney stans.
Are they Disney stans? I don't know who would dislike the video unless they just actively didn't like the video. Like, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or you know what? They might not like that I have that small edit saying "fuck you" to Joe Biden.
Maybe. Or they don't like that for a picture of me. It just says "image not available."
That picture is so funny, and I think it's funnier how like JPEG quality it is, and it
Yeah.
it's
The lower quality, the better.
yeah. But yeah, if you're new to this podcast is basically the video you watched, but less polished significantly and much longer.
Unfortunately, much longer.
Also, it was Mother's Day this weekend. Happy moms.
Yeah. Well, it's Mother's Day today for you. It was Mother's Day for me yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I gave my mom
Yeah.
stuff this morning, and I was like, I feel bad because I have to do the podcast today.
Yeah, well, because could have done your Mother's Day yesterday. We could have lined up.
I mean, I tried to, and she was like, no, just give it in the morning. And I was like,
No.
okay, fair enough.
No, I made my mom a roast yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
I made a roast. I made potatoes. I made a bunch of white people food, pretty much. It
Cool.
took me all day.
I didn't make any
And,
food. I bought my mom a back massager.
I had to use gross Nathan. I had to use
What's it gross?
both kitchens in the house because the oven upstairs was too small.
Nice.
Because I made roast potatoes and I roasted some cauliflower.
Fucking
Because that's the
roasted.
superior way to eat cauliflower. And I have a fucking 10-pound strip loin roast as well.
Ooh, that's
I
good.
couldn't fit that shit into the oven.
Fucking
I couldn't
roast
get that
beast,
into the
baby.
oven and then put literally anything else in on the same level. So it would have to go to the top and it wouldn't have cooked right.
You get gravy with that?
I made gravy for everyone else. I don't like gravy.
So you made some roast beef with gravy. Tell me you got some fucking horseradish in there, dog.
No.
No?
I've never had horseradish, actually.
Have you had wasabi?
No. Wait. I can't remember.
Because any wasabi that you can buy in Canada is
I've
just
had wasabi
horseradish
peas.
dyed green. Yeah, so that's... Yeah.
I think wasabi peas are pretty good.
Yeah, so imagine that, but without the pea flavor.
Bro, the pea
Wow,
flavor
dude,
is my favorite part.
Wow, dude, we've already got a title for the podcast. It's that, but without the pea flavor. Yeah, man. That's great. Gotta love the moms.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out if you have a mom. Shout out if you don't have a mom. Shout out if you are undecided on whether you do or don't have a mom. Shout out.
If your mom sucks, sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
F.
fair enough. Do you want to jump right on into the news?
Might as well.
Hell yeah. So there was a whole Inside Xbox stream on May 7th that was announcing all sorts of Xbox sex-related things.
And it disappointed everyone.
It disappointed everyone except me. I actually thought it was pretty good.
It was okay. It was more like an early E3 presentation.
Yeah, essentially. Like,
no game, no hype. Them's the rules.
there was some gameplay. A lot of that was in-engine. There were things that like remind you of gameplay, and I think there was a lot to be interested in. Like inherently,
it was fabricated gameplay.
Yeah, but I mean, like inherently,
which is most gameplay demos, anyways.
Inherently, like a last-minute stream though is going to be worse than E3, right? Like the coronavirus shit is going to make everything a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But
I think they should have just kept this off. I know they've like game companies are trying to like tell you something every month right now because we're leading up to the console. I think they should have shut the fuck up until next month when E3 actually. Wait, does E3 happen in June or July?
I don't remember.
I think it's June.
Usually June. So July is going to be for Xbox at least. Like June is going to be PlayStation 5 thing apparently, but July is when.
I'm trying to just find out when the date was. But when I just looked up E3 2020, the date canceled. But it's like, bro, there was a set date before. Let me know what day it was.
I think it was June. But
it's June.
So June is going to be the PS5 stream thing for their stuff. July is going to be Microsoft's next thing for their first-party games, because this was all third-party shit. But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's dive right in. First thing, great. Opened up, Bright Memory Infinite, baby.
That was there?
Yeah, coming to the Xbox X. It looks awesome. It looks way cooler. There's a part where you're fucking driving. It's awesome. It's such a good trailer. Apparently...
Well, you know what's cool about Bright Memory Infinite?
What? We're getting it
if
for
If you own
Steam.
Bright Memory, we get it for free, because me and Nathan both bought that game for $2.
Yeah. I was like, Ian,
not
you gotta
on
check
sale.
this out. Yeah.
That's just what it was at.
I was like, Ian, you gotta check this out. This is a small game. It's really dope. And we both liked it a lot.
Yeah. You can if you're proficient in keyboard and mouse, you could beat that game in 45 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
and then you could speedrun it really easily.
But yeah. It's really cool. It's like, if you don't know what Bright Memory Infinite is, it's like first-person shooter Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a lot more like it's you have an assault rifle and a pistol, and then you have like some time moves. You have like a big jump. You can do some sword stuff. It's like, I would say it's a really good character action first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Because Doom Eternal is now the Devil May Cry first-person shooter.
Yeah, but I mean, Bright Memory did it
because there is so
first.
many weapons. There's so much switching.
Oh, okay. So there's more. I think in the final game of this, it's going to be much more. But
Bright Memory is like DMC 1.
Yeah.
Where Doom Eternal is like DMC 5.
Bright Memory walked so Doom Eternal could run.
Sure, except I'm sure id Software does not know what Bright Memory is.
I'm sure they do. Are you kidding?
I don't think so.
I'm sure somebody tweeted somebody. You know what I mean?
Everyone at Bethesda is just super like up their own ass and not paying attention to what anyone else is doing.
Maybe. I'm still gonna say that even if Doom Eternal didn't know that Bright Memory existed, Bright Memory came first, and Bright Memory Infinite I think is gonna kick Doom Eternal's ass, because it's still the same one-man team, but he's like now apparently got tons of money because everybody was like, yo, Bright Memory's sick as fuck. Like, he's getting that Microsoft money. He's at the fucking Inside Xbox thing, right?
Just pull his ass out of China.
Yeah. It looks great. They said in an interview that the gameplay has been like upgraded, but the vibe is the same, and then the levels in the story are complete overhaul. It looks great. Check out that trailer. Next up was Dirt 5. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, the Dirt games have if you really like Gymkhana, cool, good for you. But I literally do not care.
Yeah,
about
like
off-road cars.
It's gonna be on Xbox One and Xbox X, and it's going to be on PS4 and PS5. It doesn't look
And
very
it's
next
gonna be on
gen.
PC.
Yeah, it's going to be on
It,
PC.
the thing about car games is it's like
Unless
I
it's
think
Forza
for-
Horizon, who gives a shit?
yeah, well, Forza Horizon, any open world racing game is the good one.
Yeah, like maybe if it was like the Crew 2 or whatever, or 3. I didn't play the Crew 2. I only played the first one for a little bit, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The first one is a much better game.
Really?
I was playing the Crew 2, actually. I got it for real cheap on a sale, so I was like, whatever, I'll try it out. I remember not liking it the first time, but I feel like playing a racing car game.
Okay.
That game...
I only played a little bit, not a little bit. I played like 10 hours of Forza Horizon 4, and I thought it was really cool.
How much did you think it was on the map? Like, if you look, like, think back in time...
Crew 1 or
2,
Forza?
Crew 1. Crew 1. Did you feel like there was shit to do on that map?
I only played
Like, I feel like there was always, like,
game.
speed traps. There was always speed traps to hit. There was always, like... corners to drift and get points with, and then there was always like jumps everywhere. There was always shit like that to do.
It still felt pretty empty because the map was so big, but
like you would still come across things after driving for like every 5 minutes driving across America. You would find something.
yeah, you'd at least find something to look at.
You would come across a speed trap or whatever, and then like this one, I was literally teleporting to a fence. I started in West Coast and like somewhere in California.
Yeah,
I think it's Los Angeles because that would make sense.
it's the
And I
biggest
started
city.
with street racing because the first three options it gives you is street racing, boat, and plane. And it's like, well, I bought this because it's a car game, so let me go with the car.
Oh, right, that's what they added to Crew 2. It was boats and
they're
planes.
not they're entertaining enough to fly. It's just
Yeah,
I wanted a car, so
That's
I
fair.
started it, and then immediately they're like, you can go. You're in America. Well, fuck. You're always in America. You're on the West Coast, and then you do like one driving mission there, like one actual race.
yeah.
And it's like, where's the next one? And they're like, Las Vegas. And I'm like, I have to drive to Vegas already?
That's not very far from LA.
It's not, but especially in the game, it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But the drive to Vegas and even out of LA, nothing.
Oh.
Like, I didn't find like one of those escape... I found like one of those escape mini games where you just drive fast and stay out of the red circle till you can't anymore.
Yeah.
And like, there's just nothing in it.
Yeah. You know.
Where in the first one, you start with a streetcar, and they're like, cool, go race.
I still
And
think
you go
Forza
through it-
Horizon's kind of cooler. It's a smaller map, but it's all very detailed. I think you...
The Crew 2 is like an attempt at making Forza Horizon, but in a big map.
Yeah. Like...
Because it's the
Did
same
you play
thing about
4?
you're some special race car driver.
Did you play
No, I
Horizon
played
4?
3.
Okay, I only played 4, and 4 was sick. Like, very fun. Very good game.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna... I think one of the first-party games that Microsoft is going to announce is Horizon 5.
Probably. Or Forza 8.
Or what are they on 8 already? Of the mainline?
I think so.
Damn. Scorn. Did you see this trailer? Did you see any of these, or did you just hear of them?
Scorn. Oh, no, I didn't see Scorn.
So Scorn got like a cinematic trailer, which was like H.R. Geiger as fuck, but it was just kind of looking around a creepy area. It wasn't really clear what kind of game it was. But then I
Yeah.
read an article that was posted after the show, which says that the game is a first-person horror game with Metroidvania elements, which is, I think, a neat idea. The game's visually really interesting. It's got a great art style. It's also one of 2 games shown that will never be on the Xbox One. So that's cool.
Why?
'Cause
Oh, do you think
it's a
it's
next
another
gen.
Scalebound?
No. It's next.
Oh,
gen.
Xbox One. Okay.
Yeah. It's so it's only going to be on the Xbox X and PC. It's not even going to be on PS4 or PS5 rather.
So I'm on the Wikipedia page for Forza.
Yeah.
There's literally just Untitled. Like, they said they're making another one.
Yeah, I mean, they
And it
own
would
Turn
be
10
8.
or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, Scorn looks really sick. I will obviously wait for gameplay, but looks really cool. Like, it seems like it'd be pretty neat.
It looks cool in concept. This
Yeah.
was a Kickstarter game.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Next up was Chorus, which is a space shooter. Looks pretty sick.
A space shooter.
Looks pretty sick. Looks pretty neat. Again, me saying something looks neat doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to buy it, but like, definitely Bright Memory Infinite, I've already bought it. Scorn, I'm waiting for more info. But Chorus, I'll also wait for more info. Space shooters aren't my shit, but this looks pretty neat. Next up, Madden 21 exists.
Well, yeah, what a surprise.
Wow. Oh, and then there was a gameplay trailer, or like an engine sort of gameplay trailer for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Looked pretty cool.
Okay.
It's kind of going to be on Xbox X and PS5, and I think it's already confirmed for the other console, like the earlier consoles, but, you know.
You know.
You know.
We're at a weird point in video games.
We are. It's always weird trying to get that generational gap.
Yeah, it's confirmed all the performance-based consoles.
So Call of the Sea was like a walking simulator, like first-person puzzler type game.
Yeah.
Looked pretty neat. It's
where you in first person you do puzzles?
Yeah.
And I understand you walk in this?
Yeah. It's like set in the 20s. It's like maybe like an Indiana Jones style vibe, but you're looking for your missing husband and you're a woman.
Well, I'm not playing it then.
Okay.
Because I'm not a woman.
Fair enough.
So I can't.
I mean, I might, depending on what more I see, but it looked pretty neat.
If the main character is a lady, fellas, it's not for us.
Yeah, I really wanted to come here and be like, yeah, all these games suck. And I'm like, most of them actually look pretty good, and some look great. Like, I know some people
And there's one that you might actually hurt your own feelings if you said that.
Huh?
Well, there's one announced for the Xbox Series X.
Yeah. But we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
The Ascent looked pretty cool. It's a Diablo clone that's in Cyberpunk world. If you're into that shit, you'd probably like
it.
I know, but like, I mean, that's for somebody. That's not necessarily for me, but I'm like, I could see somebody liking this.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like get better taste.
I mean, lots of people like Diablo. Diablo is apparently quite good.
I don't think so. I don't like Diablo.
I've never
like
played one. I've never played a Diablo. So, but, you know, I've played a Baldur's Gate and a Gauntlet, and apparently it's somewhat similar, so who knows? The Medium. This one I want to talk about. This fucking game looks sick. It's a psychological horror game. It's got music by fucking Akira Yamaoka, baby. From the Silent Hill composer.
Silent Hill games.
Yep. Yeah, it's by the Bloober team who did Layers of Fear 1 and 2, Observer, and Blair Witch. Well, and I didn't really like Blair Witch, but Layers of Fear 1 and 2 are both quite good, and so is Observer.
I feel like every single game on this list was made in the Unreal Engine.
Yeah. But the medium, it's essentially the plot is like you're a medium and you can go between the spirit world and the regular world, and it's Poland in the 80s under the tail end of the communist regime. Really neat idea for a thing. Like, looks dope.
I would really like... Okay, well, I'm excited that you... I'm happy for your excitement in that. Maybe I'll play it depending on how focused on horror it is.
It's going to be a full horror game.
Well, according to the genre here on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia knows all, as we all know, it's an action role-playing game, so...
Really? Action role-playing game? I didn't get that at all. For the medium?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think Wikipedia just might have very limited genres, though.
That's
because
possible.
when you actually go, or for this like table, because when you go to the Wikipedia page for like the actual page, it says the medium is an upcoming psychological horror game. But then when you look at the list of Xbox Series X games, it says action role playing.
That's funny. Yeah,
stupid.
I got psychological horror game because they said that in the interview part of the stream. So I was like, that looks sick. Yeah. Again, we haven't seen much of anything of this game, but looks cool, and Bloober team has proven themselves with Layers of Fear and Observer, so you know they're pretty good. Bandai Namco announces Scarlet Nexus. which is just Astral Chain. Just Astral
Oh.
Chain. Like, except you're like, you got telekinesis instead of fucking a stand.
So it's Astral Chain, but with the Force.
Yeah. It looks good. I mean, Astral Chain's a good game. It's by the Tales of developers. Again, this is also coming to PS5. I'll check this out. It looks fun. I like, you know me, man. If you can do combo and it's a third-person anime-ass action game, I'll check her out.
If you can do combo that end in air.
Yeah, you can do air combo. The thing that they're showing off is like using the telekinesis to pick shit up in the world and do combo using that. So you know how like in Nier Automata near the beginning you like hack the arm of the big mech and you hit him with it?
Yeah.
It's like you're going to be doing that but in regular combat.
With your mind, and there's no power. There's no science. It's just you fucking did that.
But it looks just like Astral Chain, which is really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll probably be pretty good. The Tales of games are usually pretty good, so you know.
Yeah.
Second Extinction is a first-person shooter where you fight dinosaurs. It's by Systemic Reaction and Avalanche, which Avalanche are the Just Cause, Mad Max, Rage 2 guys. And Systemic is a subsidiary of Avalanche that made Generation Zero.
Well, hopefully they make a good game this time.
Avalanche, I mean, I like Just Cause 2 and 3.
Sure.
And Mad Max is pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. It's just they don't have, like... They don't make stellar games.
No, they make okay games, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Like, Just Cause is a fun sandbox, but every Just Cause past 2 is, like, really buggy.
I think 3 is my fave, personally. Like, obviously 2 is the one that, like, catapulted it to greatness, but I think 3 is better. But 4 sucks because they limited the amount of weapons you can carry at once, which pissed me off.
4 is also, like, straight up broken.
Yeah. 4, it sucks because I was like, I didn't buy it at launch because it was coming out at the same time as so many other games, but I got it on sale and I was like, oh, I'm really disappointed in this. This isn't as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah. Like, it's just, literally the game is just not completed.
Yeah.
And I never got the whole, like, the guy they have, like, Rico, the voice actor,
Yeah.
they have play him, just fucking sucks.
Yeah. And
He does not have a good voice.
3 at least had, I think, my favorite voice acting in it because the person on the radio who worked for the government who was reporting on what you did was David Tennant.
Really?
Yeah, they like kidnapped David Tennant at gunpoint in the story, and he's like reading shit on the radio.
Okay.
It's good. I mean, I love David Tennant. He's awesome.
It's weird. That's just a weird pick.
Yeah, I know. But David Tennant is a fucking fave. He's great in Jessica Jones. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I watched it with you.
Oh, that was when I would just make people watch things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I didn't say no. Now
Yeah.
I say no on a heartbeat.
Yeah. And finally, the one we've all been waiting for, Yakuza 7, baby!
Yeah, no release date in the West yet.
Xbox X, it's going to be an Xbox X launch title. So that's the release date. It's coming out holiday this year. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also on Steam.
Yep, it's going to come out day and date on Xbox X, Xbox One, PS4, Steam, and it has
There
smart
is no
delivery.
Yakuza 3, 4, or 5, or 6 on PC right now, though. And apparently, Like a Dragon has a lot of, hey man, you really should have played the previous games.
Oh, really? I heard it was like a full reboot, sort of.
There's a
Like,
but then there's characters
references-
who just like well, you know how like sometimes characters show up in Yakuza and they just give you like the title card and you're like, I'm supposed to know who that is or like all they're related to.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it was like a Nier Automata situation where like knowing what happens in the previous game will allow you to enjoy it more, but it's not 100% necessary.
Yeah.
Because like
Well,
I
I'm
thought they
sure-
were trying to make the reason why they took the number off the end even I think is because They're trying to make this
supposed to be a new start.
Yeah, it's supposed to be another jump on point like 4 was and like 0 was.
4 was a jump on point?
It's supposed to be a jump on point.
I guess because you start with Akiyama in that one.
What happens
Seijima.
before 4 doesn't really matter that much to the plot of 4. That isn't like explained. Like obviously, like Akiyama, like the money falling from the sky after an explosion. Like you don't necessarily need to know why that happened for it to make sense.
Yeah, it just to Akiyama it was the greatest day of his life. To Kiryu it was pretty much it was a pretty big bummer.
Yeah.
Like Akiyama's like that day was the greatest day of my life, and then Kiryu's sitting there going like having Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah, he's like crying and he's like Nishiki.
His brother and best friend died, and so did his his former girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like
fucking hilarious. But yeah. I mean, I assume this means that the game's coming to PS5, but that has not been announced yet.
Oh, it's already on. Oh wait, shit.
It's already on PS4. Like
PS5.
we know it's coming out for PS4, Steam, Xbox One, all that shit. But it's coming to Series X. It's not announced whether or not it's coming to PS5. So I'm sure it will. It would be dumb not to, but it's just like that info is not out.
Hey, straight up, is there a guy in Yakuza 7 that died in Yakuza 6?
I wouldn't know.
Like, full on... Didn't you beat Yakuza 6?
I mean, I did, but... Like, I don't know if anybody's in Yakuza 7. I know...
He's on the poster. That's why I said I was
I know
asking.
Saejima and fucking Majima are in Yakuza 7, but...
Kiryu's in as well.
Oh, that's sick. I'm into that.
I told you that a long time ago, but there's like in one of the trailers they put out like the because Japan will just put out those 10-minute long trailers. They put out like a 9-minute long trailer or like 9.5 minutes like right before it came out in Japan.
I don't see anybody on the poster for Yakuza 7 that died, although you might be mistaking somebody for somebody else.
I think I am the dude with the white hair.
At the top or in the top left?
Middle left.
Middle left.
I'll send you the.
I see it. I see it here. I just don't know who that guy's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it might just be a new guy, but unfortunately, there was a character.
You think it's the guy who owns that club, who bought
the guy who takes over Stardust?
Stardust, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he die?
I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
I didn't think he did, but.
We'll get into that later.
Who knows?
When we can separate that in a proper spoiler thing so Stevie doesn't get spoiled.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I forget so many things that happen in most Yakuza games.
I remember a lot.
I find the tone stays with me and the vibe and the start and end stick with me, but what happens in the middle, like, I lose it all. Like, I don't remember anything that happens in the fucking middle of Yakuza 0.
Kiryu becomes a real estate man.
Well, I know that. I didn't get very far in the real estate thing.
I did all of it. It's boring.
Cool. Speaking of boring, Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer.
Alright.
Wasn't really gameplay.
What's your fucking problem, bro?
It wasn't really gameplay at all. It was just like soaring vistas.
It was they were told that it was going to be gameplay.
Yeah, that's
so people went and watched because they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, gameplay for Assassin's Creed, and then it was like a teaser trailer.
Yeah, it had good music. I'll give it that. The music was good.
The Assassin's Creed trailers always have good music.
Yeah.
Whoever makes those trailers is a really good.
I want to say they used Florence and the Machine, which I want to say also is kind of a ripoff of FF15, who did it first.
More people can use the same song.
No, it's not even the same song, because FF15 had original songs by Florence and the Machine.
Well, not an original song, it was a cover.
Stand By Me was a cover, but then there was 2 original songs as well.
Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't played FF15, it's good, but it's not incredible, so you should
play it. It's better now.
You should play it, but measure your expectations, but still be like, oh yeah, this is a pretty good game. I like it.
Well, they're also playing a completely different game than the ones that me and you played.
Yeah.
Because
it got changed so much.
Yeah, because they literally changed entire chapters.
Yeah. I kind of wish we got Nomura's 15, which had like the way more interesting combat set pieces, but I understand why we didn't, and I can accept the game for what it is and not what it should be. But I know there's people who are
as
like,
fast as possible because the combat in that game sucks.
Yeah, no, like Nomura's version was way more interesting. But
it's not that it sucks; it's that like in the early parts of the game, they don't teach you really how to do anything.
FF15's combat is worse than turn-based combat.
It's you just hold down circle and he just fucking throws out his sword and does attacks, and then sometimes you can hit triangle and fly to someone because he has like the special warp ability.
Yeah, the warp ability's cool.
Other than that, and the warp ability, depending on the distance you're at, will do like double or triple damage.
Yeah. I'm such an apologist for the Final Fantasy movies. I didn't see Spirits Within, which is apparently terrible. That was the theatrical one. But I think Advent Children and Kingsglaive are both, like, good movies.
Oh, yeah. If you want to go start FF15 totally understanding what's going on.
Did I make you watch Kingsglaive, or did I just tell you what happened in it?
You just told me. I watched all of Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah. And you told me what happened in Brotherhood. I told you what happened in Kingsglaive.
Yeah, because Brotherhood, it's just like there's not a lot. It just kind of tells you how why Noctis has these friends.
Yeah, like I was gonna watch Brotherhood and they didn't have the English cast, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, Noctis is just a bratty rich kid, obviously.
Yeah.
Ignis is just his butler who goes and visits him when Noctis is like, even though I'm the prince of this entire country, I'm gonna fucking leave, Dad, you loser. I'm gonna go live in an apartment by myself, and Ignis shows up to like clean up his place and give him food.
Yeah.
Gladio is just the son of the Kingsguard man.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I have to protect this little shit who my little sister wants to fuck, and his dad's like, yes, that is your duty. And he's like, damn it.
So Kingsglaive, by the way, as a movie, it's not like the best plot or anything, but the visuals are so good and like the action's so good that it makes up for kind of how boring it is.
It's one of those like CG movies where it's like, bro, this is just real people.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And the way they utilize the warp stuff is so cool. Because like all the characters have that, all the Kingsglaive guys have the warp. And it's so sick. And the end fight is cool. Just the ability to see Insomnia fall is awesome.
Yeah.
And I thought they would maintain this casting throughout it, but they didn't. But in the movie, what's the princess's name again? I forget. Your wife.
I don't know. Hot girl.
The hot girl is voiced by Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, but she's not in the game, and I was like, oh, that's so weird. You should have maintained it.
Isn't Sean Penn? Oh, no, not Sean Penn.
No.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean's your dad.
Yeah. And then he dies.
Yeah. Fucking everybody dies in that movie, man. Spoilers, I guess? I don't know. It came out...
Yeah, but Sean Bean dies in everything he's in. That's the thing.
I said everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Came out like 4 years ago. It doesn't matter.
Whatever. It's a movie to watch so you can play a video game. Or just play the video game and find out the spoilers 20 minutes in.
Yeah, like an hour in.
Yeah,
so we got...
depending on how fast
So that's all the news from the Xbox thing. But there's more news to have that I'm going to try to blast through because there's just so many things happen this week. Because, I don't know if you've noticed, weeks have gotten so long these days.
Yeah.
So Taika Waititi is co-writing and directing a Star Wars movie. Gonna be cool.
Yeah.
They can only go up.
It's gonna be an IG-11 story.
They can only go up. I mean, from where they've been.
Yeah, after episode 8, it's all been downhill.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, it's also written by Christy Wilson Cairns from Penny Dreadful. She also wrote
Yeah.
1917 and Last Night in Soho, which should come out this year or next.
That's nice.
The first trailer for a television series called Lovecraft County was released. Or sorry, Lovecraft Country. It looks cool. It's based on a book from 2016. It tells the story of a black guy in the 50s Jim Crow America looking for his missing father. It's got Journey Smollett Bell and Michael Kenneth Williams in it.
Nice. I know one of those people.
Yeah. Well, Michael Kenneth Williams was in The Wire. He's Omar.
Okay.
He's great. He's really good. He's in Community season 3. He's the biology teacher.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay. Anyway, the show is like a horror show, and it's like, you know, it's taking Lovecraft but making it less racist.
Yeah.
Really cool. And then the rest of this news segment is going to be based on multiple pieces of Elon Musk news. Because I think if there's one person that we love dunking on this podcast, it's Ninja. But then if there's a second person, it's Elon Musk.
Yeah. Ninja number 1, Elon Musk number 2. Because one of them does stupid things because he has he thinks he's better than all of us. The other one does stupid things because he thinks he's better than all of us.
Yeah. They're the same person.
But one of them has money. One of them has significantly more money.
One of them is a really rich man.
The other.
And the other one is the 23rd richest man.
Yeah.
So, first piece of news. Elon Musk's SpaceX and NASA and Hollywood are teaming up to make the first ever movie shot in space. It's going to star Tom Cruise. It does not have a script.
Why don't we go make Gravity with Tom Cruise but have a real ending?
Let's just kill Tom Cruise in this movie, you guys.
Yeah. Dude, he's a Scientologist. Aren't they all about, like, dying in space or whatever the fuck?
I don't know.
Or dying and then their body returns
Tom Cruise
to space?
loves, like, almost dying while making movies.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that guy is looking for a thrill.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry. At the beginning of Mission Impossible 2, I'm going to climb this giant cliff. Oh, in Mission Impossible 4, I'm going to climb the Burj Khalifa. In this one, I'm going to hang off the side of a real plane.
And then, or I'm going to fucking, what is the one he did? He did skydiving without a parachute.
Yeah.
Where all he did was fucking was jump out and he had to, like, catch up to another guy who had a parachute.
Yeah, he did that I think for real.
Yeah. He does everything for real.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dickhead.
He's a weirdo. I mean, as much as I think it's funny, you also gotta respect it a little bit.
I think any scene that has ever involved a gun with Tom Cruise, he's legitimately
gun's real.
Tom Cruise is like, I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna grab it with my teeth.
For real, you guys.
I'm gonna grab it with my front tooth.
Fuck. Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a psychopath, and he deserves everything he gets.
Apparently he's really nice, though. Like, apparently he's the nicest man on the planet.
It's just unfortunate that he is part of a cult.
Yeah, for sure. Like, every person who works with him, like Simon Pegg or whatever, is like, yeah, he's just, like, so nice. Kirsten Dunst is
he's just so nice.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst.
He tries to get me to join Scientology all the time, but, you know.
Kirsten Dunst says that ever since, like, I want to say, like, Interview with a Vampire or whatever, like, the first time they worked together in the 90s, he sends her, like, a cake on her birthday every year. It's been, like, 25 years.
How old was she when they worked together in that?
Like, I don't know, 17.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was just curious. It doesn't really make it any less sweet.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
But back on to Elon. He was tweeting dumb bullshit at the EPA, and then somebody asked him how the baby was doing, and Grimes was in the hospital about to give birth to the baby.
Yeah.
And that's really funny to be tweeting angry shit at the Environmental Protection Agency while your wife or girlfriend or whatever is pregnant in the hospital about to give birth to your child.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she's like sitting over there, like screaming. He's like, "Honey, excuse me, I'm arguing with a government agency who's doing nothing but helping people. Thank you." Anyways, I'm gonna name my kid the EPA sucks because you can eat shit.
Yeah. So apparently the baby is a boy, and they named said boy XAEA12. He announced this by taking a picture of the baby and put an Instagram face filter that had a face tattoo on it.
Yeah.
Everybody thought the name was a bit, and I thought it was as well.
Yeah, like,
But
why?
then Grimes tweeted, X, the unknown variable. Oh, sorry, this is the explanation for the name. So X, the unknown variable. AE, my elven spelling of AI, love and or artificial intelligence. Because, like, I is love, I think, in Japanese or something. I don't know, maybe not, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know Grimes is a weeb.
Yeah, she's a huge weeb. A12, the precursor to the SR-17, in brackets, our favorite aircraft. No weapons, just no defenses, just speed. Great in battle, but non-violent.
No, it wouldn't be.
And the A in A12, it means Archangel, which happens to be my favorite song. And then she signs off, sword emoji, rat emoji, metal rat. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Like, why? What are you doing here?
And I found when I was trying to get the screenshot of that tweet that, like, 2 weeks before she gave birth, she tweeted, like, giving birth is the Dark Souls of real life or some shit.
It's the Dark Souls of Tamagotchis.
Oh, that's it. You're right. So fucking dumb. And then in a tweet, Musk corrected the mother of his child, saying that actually our favorite plane was the SR-71, not the SR-17. Which, like, dude, what the fuck?
Also, who's out here, like,
and
as
she
a couple
apologized for the typo because she'd just given birth. And I'm like, dude, why are you doing this?
Like, it feels like they're not even in the same room.
Like,
or that's how they communicate. Is she's like, she tweets out this explanation, holding the baby, like, lazily breastfeeding it, and Elon's on the other side with his fucking, like, 8 iPhones, just going, like, making with his, like, his
actually,
Twitter account,
Elon
and then his
uses
7
an Android
Stan
phone,
accounts.
Ian.
What?
Actually, Elon uses an Android phone, even.
Yeah, Elon sounds like one of those annoying dickheads who's just like, I just like how it's customizable.
Yeah. I've got Linux running on my Android phone.
Like,
yeah.
But Elon has 8 Androids, sorry.
Yeah, he's got 15.
It's one is his Elon Musk account, and the other 14 of them is his Stan accounts that he made to always agree with himself.
Yeah. So apparently the name violates California's naming laws. I don't know if they're actually going to get in trouble for it, because they might just be too rich to get in trouble.
That's usually how it is.
But I think that's funny, because, like, how many Hollywood people have named their kid the dumbest fucking thing, and yet it's not anywhere near
words.
this dumb. Like, nothing.
Those kids were named, like, their names were stupid, but, like, they're words.
Yeah.
Like Kanye West kid's name being, like, North.
Yeah, Northwest, whatever. It's dumb.
Yeah, but at least, like, that's a name.
I get it. I know how to say it. How do you pronounce X, an AE, like the AE sign, which I think is Gaelic, and then A12? I'm like, it's maybe C12?
Yeah.
C12? Like something
also,
like that?
I get it that X is commonly used for the unknown variable, but technically, literally every letter of the alphabet is the unrolled. Like, it doesn't always have to be X.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't use X because they have to write the actual fucking time symbol, so it's like, let's not use an X. Let's use an A.
It's ridiculous. And then when I was looking shit up for this, because I saw a thing where it was like Elon was talking about flying planes and that he doesn't do it anymore since the kids were born. And I'm like, kids?
You didn't know Elon Musk had 5 sons already?
I didn't. I did not. So then I looked something up and I found an article by Musk's first wife, Canadian author Justine Wilson, whom he had 5 kids with prior to their divorce in 2008. And here's a great quote from the article talking about their wedding. Still, there were warning signs. As we danced at our wedding reception, Elon told me, I am the alpha in this relationship. I shrugged it off, just as I was later shrug off signing the post-nuptial agreement. But as time went on, I learned that he was serious. Can you imagine dancing with your wife and whispering in her ear, I'm the alpha in this relationship?
Yeah, imagine not defining that way before. That's not a very alpha move to make.
Yeah, I mean, whispering it for one, not alpha. You should have screamed it.
Oh yeah, no, you should have like walked up as like as you're saying your vows. You just you're like, I will love and to cherish you, and also to remind you every day of your life that I am the alpha male.
Fuck, what a dumbass.
Bro, he had fucking 6 kids in 8 years, though. That's wild.
Well, the reason why is their first kid died of SIDS, and so then they had a bunch of kids to replace it. And
so they all, just in case, they also died of SIDS.
Yeah, no, because it's like, after it happened, like, she got really depressed, but he got very, like, emotionally distant, and then blamed her, like, saying she was being emotionally manipulative for being, like, actively sad. And, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like, like he's a bad man. Also, like, I didn't get into it here because it's a whole entire can of worms. But before dating Elon Musk, Grimes claimed to be, like, non-binary, but then that all stopped. And then she said she was going to raise their kid as being, like, non-gender conforming and they would be able to choose. But then immediately Elon tweeted boy right when the kid was born.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a weird whole can of worms to get into, but that's also shitty of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, to not respect your baby mama's, like, shit.
Wishes, yeah. I mean, the baby just fucking came out of her own vagina. Like,
yeah. She just did some awful shit while you were like, this is my 7th child.
Fuck the EPA, Lamau.
Just fucking keeps, I'm just gonna keep sitting here tweeting while you go and push that stupid child out of your head. What's its name?
A12.
X Alpha Epsilon X12? Alright. It's a boy.
It's pronounced Xaz12.
Yeah, whatever.
Xaz12.
I don't care.
I have no idea. Maybe it's just XAEA12.
You know what's funny? Elon Musk is one of those guys who they're like, bro, self-made man. He came from nothing.
He came from a fucking diamond mine.
Yeah, his mom has a Wikipedia page with a recent picture. Like, and like...
Yeah, he was rich. Like, he just got richer.
They were a rich family.
Yeah. He just became one of the richest people on Earth because his family was already rich, and he went to a bunch of universities.
He took a small loan of $1 billion and made PayPal.
Yeah.
And he also invested in Google. Like,
well, no,
he
was there at the startup of a different company, which was just like a site that allowed newspapers to make themselves be online. Like, not a smart idea at all. And then the second idea he had was one of the two companies that merged to become PayPal. And that's just literally the idea of a credit card, but on the internet.
It's super convenient. I hate how great, but I love PayPal because, like, I get a new credit card, all I have to do is go to PayPal and change it there. I don't have to go to every fucking website and re-enter it forever. But the fact that it was made by Elon Musk...
Yeah. Well, like, and the dumb thing is like, again, all the richest people in the world are not smart people. Like, these are people who were not creative and came up with an idea that nobody had. They had the cash to put an idea that somebody already had 1 million years ago on the internet. And, like, the only reason other people aren't that rich are because they didn't have the money to start up. Like, Amazon is not a genius level idea. It's a fucking bookstore. It's Walmart, but on the internet. Like,
it was a bookstore that they were like, yo, this would be convenient if I could get, like, cooking appliances through here, and then Jeff Bezos was like, bet.
Yeah, right? Like, it's just like, oh, it started off as Barnes & Noble, but on the internet, and then it became Walmart, but on the internet. Like, neither of those are genius-level ideas. It's just...
And it's become even more like Walmart on the internet because you can also get groceries on there.
Yeah, right? So it's like you don't have to be a smart guy to come up with that.
And also,
you just
like
need the
Walmart, they
capital.
underpay their employees and will fire them on a moment's notice and replace them.
And they bust unions.
Yeah, Walmart is yep, exactly the same as Walmart.
Yep.
Those are the biggest companies in the world because they are awful and they use every legal loophole to not pay taxes and to not care about their employees.
Yep. If you're a billionaire, Stan, don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, bro, man. I just remember one time, like, I got in this argument a bunch of times with Ryan.
Yeah.
About getting, like, I would get drunk. This was like when Elon Musk was, like, first popping off with Tesla and stuff.
When he was first popping off, like, when we were in high school, I was like, yeah, this guy's fucking cool. And, like...
Yeah, I still think Tesla's really cool. It's just unfortunate that it's run by a guy who goes on the internet and goes megalovania.
It's the fucking only car company that's not part of the auto workers union. The only one.
And it's also, he was also, like, they had all those designs for, like, their batteries and shit. You know, something that, like, a company that really wanted to maintain a monopoly wouldn't give out to people, but Elon Musk is like, I have so much money and I have such confidence in these vehicles.
Yeah, he made them Creative Commons, I think, right?
Yeah, he was like, yo, Ford, take them, do something with them. And I think people have, because Ford did start making a push for electric cars.
Yeah. Like,
because they know they can sell them for a lot.
Like, I think Elon Musk has the ability to do good in the world, and I think he has been, and I think that should be applauded, but I think the amount of, like, evil or the amount of bad that he's done on a personal level doesn't make him somebody you should look up to, necessarily.
Yeah. No, okay, so the thing with Ryan is that we would get in arguments all the time, because I'm like, why billionaires don't deserve to have that much money. And Ryan's like, why should you take their money away from them? And I'm like, I'm not saying I should take away, they don't deserve any of their money. I'm saying they don't deserve that much, and they should be paying their taxes, which they aren't.
Yeah, they should be paying more because they need to contribute, right? Like, you know, even if you are...
I was listening to a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about tax brackets in America.
Yeah.
And they said that the highest tax bracket in America is 30%.
Yeah, the highest tier is 55.
Man, I pay 30.
Yeah.
It's a load of shit.
Yeah.
I don't even, like, I cannot comfortably live on my own. Mm-hmm. I live with my mom.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, and you're telling me I deserve to get taxed as much as the people who live in America that are the richest men there, and then they don't pay taxes because they put them in shell accounts that just fuck up with everything? Because I don't understand how that shit works.
It's like a combination of charitable donations and other shit.
That just come back to them anyways.
Yeah.
Like, every year I'm just going to donate every single bit of my money and then go to the government and be like, I expect it back now with the stuff you took from me.
Yeah, man.
I got rid of all my savings. I haven't eaten in a whole year because so give me all my money back.
I mean, I make donations, but I don't even, like, file them to get the tax cut because I'm not a piece of shit. No, I just don't think anybody should. Like, I just don't think anybody should be like, pat me on the back for giving $10-15 a month to charity. It's like, fuck off. Like, I'm not.
I would really like it if California made a law, because all these douche tubers live in California. It is now illegal to film giving charity to a homeless man.
Oh yeah. That'd be a good thing. Crime.
Yeah, and you have to expressly say that if you do that, if it is illegal. Okay, 1 second. Did I say film?
Yeah.
Okay, because for a second there, I just cut out that part, and I thought I just said it's illegal to give to the
money
homeless.
to the homeless people.
If you have a camera pointed at them, and you upload it, die. You now have to donate triple what you gave to that homeless man.
It should
to
be that
homeless shelter.
Well, the problem is this would be hard to make a thing, but I was going to say it should be that they have to sign contracts to be on that. But then that would be like everybody to be online, and then you couldn't do lots of types of pranks.
What?
Like I was gonna say, like if the person is in your video, you
have to get them to sign a contract to
for
say
their
that.
likeness. Yeah.
I guess, but then that's also removed. There is like already laws about that shit where in public, if you're in public, anyone can film you because you're in public.
Yeah.
Like like all that shit of people being like, "Don't fucking show my face."
You know
It's
that
like, I can.
It's funny because I don't think that should be legal.
I don't think it should be legal if you're like a person in the background. Like if you're in the B-roll, whatever.
Yeah.
If like a camera walks directly up to you and wants to talk to you, then it should be like form time.
I also mean like security cameras. Just nope. You have to sign for that
stop
shit.
That.
Get that fuck out of here.
I don't actually have that big of an issue with security cameras because they're helpful for when bad shit actually happens. It's just that when they're police owned and government owned, it's like
just so many. It's just the problem is like I don't mind security cameras as an idea. It's like there is a quantity that at some point it starts not feeling good.
Yeah.
You know?
Personally, I would really like it when, something happens to my car in a parking lot or like someone breaks into it. I could walk up to the grocery store I was at and say, I know you guys have cameras facing out that are incredibly detailed.
Yeah.
Like they can see everything. Could I get them for police purposes so I can also insurance?
And then they'd say, we'll call the cops for you and show the cops, but we can't show you.
No, they can show you.
I don't think they actually can.
I have talked. I think or maybe they can show you, but I think after you bring the police.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
Like they can't just walk in
because my cousin's a security guard.
My mom always likes to tell me information about the security stuff at her place of business. Yeah.
Cool. So that's all.
And also, I like to know them, so when I go there, I can steal.
Haha! Great joke. Legally a very good joke.
This is a satire show. Anything I say is wrong. I always thought, like, what if I, like, turn my life around and decide, like, I'm gonna be a politician, and then this show comes to bite me back in the ass, like, immediately? They're like, hey, you did an episode, like, 2 weeks ago where you went on a rant about how you hate women and gay people, and I'm like, I was in character!
Guys, I was in character. I love that you said like 2 weeks ago, like we're still doing the podcast. We're like both in our 30s, and you're like,
no, it's like government. Next week. Like I turn around that quickly. I'm like instantly the mayor of Mississauga.
Nice.
You're doing better than Bonnie Crombie, you fucking bitch. Not really. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
I couldn't tell you what my local anything is doing.
Yeah, well, because it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Like, I don't know how it is in the States, but in Canada, there is no party affiliation for local municipalities.
Oh, yeah.
Like the mayor of Mississauga or Toronto, they don't have a political party. Well, they have their own individual things, but they don't run with a party.
Yeah, I think they sort of do. They're not officially with a party, but it's usually they still get split down party lines anyway.
Yeah. They like to come out and be like, I love Doug Ford, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
You're like, cool, I know not to vote for you.
Yeah, I know I don't like you anymore, thanks.
Which is weird, because Doug Ford has actually been pretty good during this whole shit. And I keep...
didn't he also say, like, didn't him and, like, Justin Trudeau share, like, an opinion on AR-15s?
Yeah.
They were like, if you need one, you don't.
Nobody needs one. And then they banned them. They banned a lot of things. A lot of guns that were already restricted, but now are banned.
Yeah. Yeah, you man, I just fucking see like idiots on my Facebook going like the government's blah blah blah. Anyways, do you remember? Did you know that in 1920 the Soviet Union also got gun control, and then they went and executed a bunch of people in the streets? And it's like, yeah, that was in the 1920s, and the Soviet Union a shitty country.
Yeah, but also, but also, fucking, there were like a lot of good things that happened there too, but nobody ever wants to talk about that because it makes them uncomfortable.
No one ever wants to talk about why communism is okay.
Yep. Has it been handled great? No. Has democracy? No.
It's all fake.
Yeah.
Democles would be upset.
Democracy, more like oligarchy with a sprinkle of voting.
Yeah, can't wait for 20 years when Eric Trump is like, I'm gonna be the president now.
Yeah, imagine Eric Trump tries to fucking Justin Trudeau himself into presidency.
Oh man, but here's the thing, Justin Trudeau's dad was a good fucking prime minister.
Yeah, well, my dad did it. It's like, your dad was the first president to be guillotined in the country of America. Why are you running on this platform?
I would like to make all guillotines illegal to be used only on the president, and I would like to be able to mindlessly use them on the dissidents outside my house.
Donald Trump went down in history as being the second president to have the White House burned down while he was in office.
Oh man, that'd be sick. Was it still by Canada?
Yes.
Nice.
We should. I think we should do it. Bring it back. Bring back the classics every once in a while.
Yeah, I just came across a video of FF7's fucking blatant titty bounce.
Yeah.
It's like some cutscene where Tifa's in the mature dress.
Oh yeah.
And there's like wind going by, and they're just like boom, 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 boom. Did you see the character sheet for that dress?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a sheer like dress. Like you should be able to see what Tifa is wearing underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and girl busted out the thong. She knew. Cloud's like, this is mature, and she's like, fuck yeah, it is. We get some dick.
Yeah. I went with the sporty one first.
Yeah, they're all good.
They're all, yeah, I mean, it's Tifa.
Yeah.
Did you beat Remake?
No, I still haven't played.
Did you get to the date part yet?
I was on the way to go yell at Don Corneo or something. I don't know.
Oh.
It was when you see It's when you first get back to Sector 7 with Aerith. And she's about to leave, and then you see Tifa going, and then you guys chase after her.
Oh, so you're in, like, Don Corneo's mansion for the first time.
I'm not even there. I, like, literally stopped after I saw her in the carriage.
Okay. So, after you lose Aerith for a bit, you go to her house, and there is like a dream sequence, and depending on who you're nicest to over the course of the story, you either get a little moment with Tifa, Aerith, or Barrett. Little cute.
I feel like you have to fuck up to get the Barrett one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a reference to the original game. When you get to the Gold Saucer, depending on like the choices you make in dialogue and who you talk to, you can wind up on a date with Aerith, Tifa, or Barrett.
Well, it better be with fucking Tifa, I swear to God.
Barrett. Barrett is daddy. Especially in this game.
Bro, when Barrett takes his fucking glasses off, though, could get lost in that man's eyes. Jesus Christ.
He's fucking daddy as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'd smash maybe every character in the game that is.
Yeah, literally anyone could get it.
Yeah, like obviously, probably not Hojo. Obviously, like
Marlene.
Yeah.
Not Marlene.
Not Marlene.
As a child.
But Hojo can't get it. But other than Hojo, I mean, Reeve's pretty cute. Rude and Who's the other one? What's the other one again?
Um,
Reno and
I don't
Rue.
know.
Reno and Rue.
Yeah,
They can
and
both
there's
get
more. There's more of those guys, isn't there?
Yeah, there's.
I like
Sung.
Rude.
Sung.
I like that dude.
Do you
I don't
like
know
that?
if he turns into an asshole, but
Oh.
like when you're like fighting him and Aerith is
He won't
like,
hit
"Is that
Tifa."
enough for you?" And he's like, "Almost," or whatever the fuck. He
Even
says
in
some
the
dumbass
original
cool
game,
shit.
Rude won't hit Tifa because he has a crush on her.
Oh,
And
that's
in this
nice.
one, it's so good. It's such a good like detail when you fight him, even in the original.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
in Advent Children, they both become good.
Cool. I take 5. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, we're back. Weeks time, baby. That's all the news. So, let me just go first. I didn't do much this week. I watched 2 movies. Escape from New York. Fucking.
Oh, you mean Solid Snake the movie?
Hey. Yeah, Solid Snake the movie. It's great. Escape from New York's really good. It's
good.
very low budget, but it's very fun. It's very interesting. It's got some politics to talk about. It's John Carpenter, like 1981.
Yeah.
Really good movie. Sometimes when I talk about movies, I'm just like, oh right, I have nothing to add to this.
Yeah, it's like the movie's good. Everyone knows it.
I'm like, oh right, it's Escape from New York. Like it's just good. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
It's easier to talk about it when it's bad.
yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Or when it's like new and I can have a hot take on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hot take. Escape from New York? Why'd you want to leave? It's New York. New York's the greatest city in the world.
It's the greatest city in the world, and that's why they made it.
Why would you want to go? There's some good old fucking pizza.
I love how like the president in that movie is like a piece of shit.
Pizza shit?
Yeah, he's the worst. They're
Just
like
like all
the
presidents.
fucking yeah, but it's like a criticism of like Reagan and shit.
Hmm.
The character, like John Carpenter said to the guy, he was like, "It's Margaret Thatcher meets Reagan." It's like, oh fuck.
So Margaret Thatcher meets my ass.
Yeah. Really, really good movie though. If you haven't seen it, check her out. I watched the deleted intro to the movie, and I feel like it's good that they deleted that scene.
Why? What was it?
Well, it's like, you know how, I don't know if you've seen the movie actually, but like, it's they talk about how like Snake Plissken essentially is in jail because he got caught after a bank robbery.
Yeah.
And so the original intro is the bank robbery, and then he's in the like set to be sent to New York. But you know, in the original they just open with like, you know, there's the people at the prison and they're doing stuff, and then like Snake's there, and then they find out that the president, the plane has been attacked by like, you know, terrorists who are like fighting back against, you know, they call him a fascist, which is great. So like cool terrorists that are fighting for good things. Yeah, so then they like send him to New York, and then Snake Plissken, they're like, yo, if we can get you in and get you out because you had a history of being a soldier before you became a bank robber man, you know, you won't have to go. We'll like,
You were a military man, so all is forgiven.
yeah, we'll like
Support our troops and all the shitty things they do post being troops.
no, but like Snake Plissken is cool. He's good. He's the good guy. Cause he's like this fucking army guy who like became dissatisfied because he realized that America was terrible, and he's like, well, fuck this.
Bro, I post way too many fucking like, man, the military sucks memes.
Yeah.
Well, there was one I posted yesterday where it was like military relationships be like, and it's just like a guy, it's like a dude in the military like calling his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend talking to him like over a distance, but then there's another dude behind her.
Yeah, that's for real.
Yeah.
Classic. Dear John.
Classic. Dear John, I'm fucking every man who isn't you.
Nice. And some women.
Yeah, if they're cool.
Yeah.
Dear John, I desperately like to leave you, but you're in the military, and that feels bad to do.
Feels
so I'm
like
going to wait till you're
wrong.
back for a bit.
So I'm just going to cheat
for
on
6
you
more
until you're
months and
back.
say I can't do it. Yeah. Well, cheat on you, intend to be with you for a couple months before, and then break up with you again. We'll break up with you for real, but then you'll come back and I'll remember all the good times we had, and then you'll be gone, and then I'll start to miss you, say I won't cheat on you, and then I'll cheat on you again.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that's a movie that I have not much more to say about. So what's your thing?
I don't know, I've been playing a lot of Valorant this week.
Is it good?
It is good.
Cool. I think we talked about it a bit last week.
Yeah, well now I played like one game last week. Now I've played I can go play competitive now. Somehow. I feel like literally everyone else has played the same amount as me, but like Chris still needs to play like 10 more games and Stevie needs to play like 5 more.
Is it like out or did you guys get into like a beta?
It is a closed beta. But it is a closed beta where all you have to do is walk up to the cashier and say, "Hey, can I get the key to the bathroom?" And they're like, "Yeah, here's the key to Valorant." Because all you have to do is make a Riot Games account, connect it to your Twitch, watch like just throw on a any Valorant stream on in the background, and you get a key.
Damn.
Before it was like people were like watching streams for hours at a day, waiting to get that key. And then they were just like, "Yep, anyone can have the keys now."
That is still
the game is
more hoops
pretty
than
much
I wanna
done.
Jump through.
What?
No, never mind. Wait, you said it's done?
The game feels done. They only have 3 maps right now. They better have more because 2 of them suck. The game's good. It's fun. The way the characters interact with each other and how like their abilities play are all really good and entertaining. There's some that are way too strong.
Yeah.
But it's like way too strong. There's one where it's like she's way too strong if you play with her really well. Mm-hmm. Where she has this ultimate where she drops like just this giant poison cloud that you can walk through. You take very low chip damage, but you have less visibility. So like you both have less visibility. It's just that the other person takes more damage. So usually you'd use it on top of the bomb after you planted it.
Their fighting game's going to come out.
I think this game's going to be finished, and then the fighting game will probably be the next focus. So I would say, well, this game's supposed to launch in the summer this year.
Because they've been working on that fighting game for fucking years. Like, it was announced a couple years ago, but I think it was, like, in dev as many as 5 years ago.
Well, I think it's... what probably happened is it's harder to make a fighting game.
Yeah, because it actually has to be good.
And also, like, you can't, like, go outside and be like, "Oh, let's just go hire someone."
Yeah.
Because there's not a ton of studios who make fighting games.
Lab Zero.
But there's millions of studios who make first-person shooters.
Yeah.
So you're like, "Yo, we're going to make a first-person shooter that is Overwatch and Counter-Strike-esque." You just walk outside and say, "FPS game developer," and, like, 8 dudes show up.
Nani?
Yeah. But there's this one fucking character who he has, like... He has a camera he can throw up on the wall, and if when he's not using it, it's hard to see. But on your mini-map, you'll see the camera. It's normally blue. If an enemy passes it, it'll light up yellow.
Okay.
So you know there's an enemy there. And then he can take over the turret and shoot a dart at someone from it. Turret, camera, whatever. And if it hits someone, it stays in them until they pull it out or 5 seconds pass. They also have a tripwire where if you walk through it, your location is instantly pinged on the map, and you're stuck inside of it unless you turn and destroy it. And if you're already fighting someone, you get stuck in place and they get an easy kill on you. It's... The guy's just has too many, like, "Hey, I know where you are" abilities. And also his ultimate is that he throws his fucking fedora out.
Nice.
On top of a corpse, and it scans and tells you where every enemy on the map is.
Is the Fedora Man a detective or just a piece of shit?
I would say he's more like a man of mystery, but there's like no
like a
lore
male
right
Carmen
now.
Sandiego.
Yeah, but he wears white.
Oh,
Here, I'll send you a picture of him.
all right.
I think it's a good design. I think the characters all have really fun designs in this.
Chill. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see this photo.
It's kind of like the spy from TF2 as well. Like
yeah, I see it.
character.
Or the spy from Spy vs. Spy, the white spy.
Yeah.
Do you remember that shit?
No. I will know. I know of it, but I didn't really watch it.
Well, it wasn't a cartoon. It was a Mad magazine.
There's some more characters.
All right, so we got a generic-looking man and
Voiced by Steve Bloom.
and a generic-looking like Asian woman character who has magic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The person at the front here is kind of a more interesting design, like kind of a.
That is Venom. She is a poison cloud lady.
I was gonna say Shigo.
Yeah, kind of. She has she has green magic powers.
Yep, and then there's a guy that I can't really make anything out
Here,
of.
this one is more spread out. Like you can actually see more of the characters.
Okay.
I'm sending Nathan images so he can see because.
Yeah, because I don't play games that are like this.
Well, you don't play multiplayer games.
Yeah. So there's a man who's got like a sword thing, and he looks kind of like Geralt, but in modern day clothing.
Okay, it's not a sword.
Oh, it's not a sword. It's like a stick.
No, that's a rifle.
Oh, okay. It's just kind of far away.
It's just like
from
it kind. I can see how you thought that. Like it kind of looks like he's holding it like a barrel. Like the barrel is the sword.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that it is a gun now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy with a jacket where the inside of the jacket is like a bright color.
Yeah. Would you like to guess his name?
I don't know.
His power his ultimate is that he can die once and come back.
Lazarus.
He rises again. Like
Phoenix.
his name's Phoenix.
It's Phoenix or Lazarus.
Yeah, Phoenix is a lot more on the nose. I don't really like that.
They're
dude.
both on the nose. Lazarus.
Yeah, no, but I mean like Phoenix I think is the more well known.
I guess. I mean, like, do more people know of Phoenixes or Jesus?
Oh, that's where Lazarus is from?
Yeah.
I was thinking of Batman.
Well, Batman, it's named after Lazarus, like the guy that Jesus brings back to life.
Yeah, alright. My bad.
Yeah.
No, but like he's got lines where he like comments on like the other people's like looks, and he's like, "Yes, really sick. Look better with some flames on it, though." he likes fire and stuff.
Oh yeah, so Phoenix is more apt, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think? I'm guessing name came first, then design, then character.
Yeah, well, I would say someone was like, "How about a character where their ult is that they power themselves up, and you can go run out, and if you get killed like that, you respawn at the point you activated your power at, like you rise again, like a phoenix." And they were like, "Oh. All right, his name is Phoenix. Make a whole design after that."
Do fire too.
Yeah,
Phoenixes have fire.
Yeah, I know. How about we make a hot chick, put her in a fucking really skin tight suit, give her some points on her shoulders. What does she do? Well, she has poison powers. Venom it is.
Make her green.
Yeah. Well, green is the color of poison.
Green or purple.
Mm-hmm.
And she has purple or red in her hair or whatever, one or the other.
It's red.
Okay.
You colorblind?
No, I wasn't looking at it anymore, and so then
Yeah.
I was just like, what does she have in her hair again? I forget. Oh man, while you were gone in the break, by the way,
Yeah.
I looked at my email on my phone, and I got an email that said like Emma comes home, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized it was from Viz, and I was like, oh,
It was a manga or something?
yeah. The main character of The Promised Neverland is named Emma.
Oh, yeah.
I always forget. I think I got another email about the that show or that book rather, and then I screenshotted something to Emma because I think it was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, Emma," or something like that, and I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ,
Emma, I'm going to murder you in the face."
yeah." And then I was like, "Oh, I gotta send that. That's a weird email to get."
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm going to talk about the other thing I watched, and then you get the rest of the week's section.
Cool.
So I watched a movie called Three Identical Strangers. It's a documentary.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good. It tells the story about, like, in New York in, like, the late 70s, early 80s, New York State. There's... Oh, you know what? Let me just start from where the movie starts. So there's this guy, right? And he's, like, 19. He's got this fucking beat-to-shit-up car, and he's driving out to wherever the fuck in New York State to go to his first year of community college, right?
Yeah.
So he drives up there, and when he gets there, everybody's like, "Oh, sick to see you back this year, man. Oh yeah, nice to see you. What the hell?" And he's like, "Nobody gets this fucking nice of a greeting on their first day of fucking school." And so he goes to his dorm room, and this guy comes and is like, "You are the fucking perfect double of this other guy, Eddie, who came here last year. Like, what day are you born?" It's like, blah, blah, blah. Spits out the date. And it's like, holy shit. And it's like, you have a fucking twin.
Whoa.
And it's like, you're adopted, right? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, okay. They call him, and they're like, whoa, blah, blah, blah. And so then they drive out to fucking Long Island to see the guy, Eddie, to meet him. And yeah, they're fucking identical twins. They were both adopted. They were separated at birth.
Jesus.
Identical twins. Same mannerisms, same fucking face, same body, same everything. Like, identical people. And then like, they call the newspaper. They're like, "This is a fucking great story. Put it in the news." And so a guy comes out, takes pictures, sees them, and it's like, "Oh shit, yeah, we can prove this." They put it in the newspaper. And doesn't somewhere else in New York a fucking guy open up the newspaper, and he's like, "There's two pictures of two of me in the fucking newspaper." And they were triplets. They were fucking triplets. They were all adopted. They were all born same day, separated. And so then they all meet up, and they become very good friends, and they're like partying. They're fucking kids. They're like New York City, baby, and we're kind of famous. And it's hilarious, and it's sweet, and it's got, and then, like, you know, as stories continue, the tone does change. And I don't want to spoil what happens, but the shit just gets so fucking insane. And this is, like, actually a good documentary, unlike Tiger King, which is, like, trash TV, but, like, very entertaining. This is, like, not only entertaining, this is very smartly done. It's very well researched. It's very good journalism. But also, it's entertaining. It's interesting. It's well made. I'd highly recommend it. It's on Crave here in Canada. And yeah, check it out. Three Identical Strangers is the name of the doc.
I should watch more documentaries.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't watch a ton of docs because I'm not like I don't know. I feel like documentary, the way they're made, and this isn't to, like, insult anybody who makes documentaries or likes them or whatever. I don't find them super entertaining and interesting because they're all made the same way, where it's like stock footage cut away to, like, a locked in picture of an interview, right? Like, it's just like, and I find they're, like, kind of boringly shot. I find they're kind of, like, samey. This isn't to insult, like, the talented people and the editors and shit who, like, clearly work really hard to make these things, but it's just like, that's my vibe on watching them. But Three Identical Strangers, I think, powers through it being that kind of sort of boring format because it does have pretty good, like, dramatizations that are well done.
The thing with documentaries is that they have, like, it's one of those mediums where it's like, this is how you make it. No one else really does a different version.
Like, unless you're fucking...
And it's a ton of B-roll with a narrator telling you how to do, like, telling you what's going on.
Yeah, well, it's not a narrator, it's just interviews, and, like, they'll just play just the audio of the interview over things and stuff like that.
Or sometimes it is a narrator
sometimes
sometimes
there's a narrator, but unless you're, like, fucking Errol Morris, nobody's making a documentary in a fucking weird way, right? Like...
You gotta, who's that other guy? David...
You mean the Super Size Me guy?
No, I don't like that guy.
Yeah, that guy sucks. Also, Super Size Me is fake as fuck.
Yeah. Because guess what? As a poor person sometimes...
Yeah. Sometimes you do have McDonald's 3 times a day.
Sometimes I do. I had Wendy's 5 times last week.
Yeah, I eat Tim Hortons like almost once a day.
Yeah, when I'm on day shift, I fucking would like go and get like the same breakfast from Tim's every day because I'm sad and I don't want to wake up half an hour before I go to work.
Yeah.
So that I could make food. I'd rather wake up 10 minutes before I have to leave and go through a drive-through.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fake because it's like.
And also, with the shit I could get at like a fucking farmer sausage wrap from Tim Hortons is better. Like, is literally like pull through, grab that shit. And I'm sure there's people. It's like you could just have cereal if you don't want to make a lot of food, and it's like cereal is not filling. It's not as filling as this wrap. Neither is a waffle.
Yeah.
Like any quick breakfast shit is not substantial, and it doesn't have any protein. It's just carbs.
That's true.
Where this shit has
and
carbs.
Cereal's fucking terrible for you if you're eating cereal that tastes sour and you're good.
It's not worth it. It is not worth my time.
Although speaking
it's more worth my time to go drop $5 every day.
Have you had Oreo O's cereal though? That shit's delicious.
I have, but that is just pure sugar.
Yeah, I mean, I like Oreo O's. I don't think it's quite as good as say a Reese Puffs.
A Reese Puffs.
Reese Puffs is the shit. I'm not. No, Nesquik sucks.
All right, you're wrong.
You're
actually
wrong.
You know what? I think Nesquik has gone down in quality. Like I think Nesquik used to be like, oh boy.
I feel like just even as a kid, I don't like Nesquik chocolate milk. I don't like how it tastes.
No, me neither. I always feel like it's either it never melds together properly.
Well, yeah, it's like they somehow managed to make chocolate milk that's too sweet even for a child version of myself. Like like even when I was a kid, I was like, this is too sweet. Like you don't even taste chocolate.
My problem with that shit was like so you have the powder.
Yeah.
You take the powder, it's like, how many scoops? 1? You put in 1. You're like, this just still tastes like milk. I was looking for chocolate milk.
Yeah.
So you do it when you go make it the next time. You put in like a second one.
Yeah.
And now it's fucking, like, it's pure sugar. It's like, where's the balance here?
Yeah.
Same with the syrup. It's like, put in a tablespoon. You put in a tablespoon. It's like, this sucks. So eventually next time you just go like, and squeeze it in. And then you coat your fucking thing.
Do you want to hear something fucking hilarious that I did this morning? So I had coffee this morning, and in my morning coffee, when I opened the fridge, I realized we were out of we switched to almond milk recently this year, so just had almond milk. But we were out of regular, but I had a 2 liter of chocolate almond milk as well, so I had to have my coffee with fucking chocolate milk in it.
You didn't just have almond milk?
Huh? No, like I ran out of the regular milk.
Oh. You ran out of regular milk, but you had almond milk.
No, sorry. We usually have almond milk. Like we don't have any regular milk. We've switched away from regular milk at all. But almond milk, we had almond milk and chocolate almond milk, and we ran out of regular almond milk. And so I had to have my coffee with chocolate almond milk in it.
Okay.
And I was like, damn. It's probably terrible for me. And it didn't taste that great. It was like fine.
Yeah.
So what else did you do this week, Ian?
I played Yakuza 6, The Song of Life.
Woo!
I am almost through that game.
It's like the second worst Yakuza game that I've played.
But it's like how Uncharted 1 is the worst Uncharted game, but it's still fucking great. Yeah. I think Yakuza 6 is really good.
Yeah.
I think it's not as good. It's still where you say
it's better than 3.
It's better than 3, but I would say it's much better than 3.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, it's got a much better story than 3 does.
It's got a similar vibe, though.
Yeah, excuse me. Very similar vibe
you
to
go
3.
You go to a new, more seaside. You go to a seaside location.
It's like smaller scale, nicer people.
Because of the actions, because of some bullshit, you had to get involved with the local Yakuza, and then they quickly go from, man, I hate you, I want to fuck you up, to Anarchy!
Yeah. Yeah, very similar.
and then
it's weird how fucking Yakuza 6 starts halfway through.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really work for that story, I feel.
Yeah, but I think they just wanted the shock or like the confusion
The
of like
baby.
you're sitting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're sitting there in a bar. This dude comes up and he's like wants to kick your ass, and you're like, oh, what is this guy's problem? So you walk outside, you beat him up for a tutorial.
Yeah.
You go back inside, and then you go pick up the baby.
The babe.
And it's like, why does Kiryu have a fucking baby? And then it cuts back in time, and it's like, oh, it's Haruka's, and some dumb bullshit is happening.
Coma.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yakuza 6, the story...
Oh,
You know what?
but also another similarity to 3 is that we have this lovable cast of characters, and instead of bringing back any of them in a significant way, they're like, here's 3 new ones, and it's like, I kind of would rather hang out with Majima, Akiyama, Sajima,
Yeah.
like literally anyone.
Yeah, well, what's frustrating is like, so I would say like that like I've been mulling it over recently and like trying to think of like what's my favorite one, and like I like
still-
2's
I think
story a
2 is
lot,
the
but I
best.
still feel that the Dragon Engine games sort of are lagging behind in the gameplay department. Still, like the combat's
think-
still not right, and the 30 FPS just doesn't work for me.
Well, Yakuza 2 isn't in 30 FPS.
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is in 30 FPS.
No.
Did you play it on computer or on console?
I played it on console.
Did you play it on PS4 or PS4 Pro?
PS4 Pro.
I played it on PS4.
Well, okay. Sorry that you don't have the new version.
I just okay. So I played it on the regular PS4. So obviously, like, I find that the frame rate for 30 FPS for those games, like that, doesn't work for me. And like 30, to be fair, Yakuza 5 doesn't have the best frame rate either. But 5 and 4, I think, are my faves, just because like I like the multiple characters and I like their gameplay. I like playing as all of them, and I liked how like the switching. I like how those stories are told in 4 and 5. And I think
Yeah.
5 though has like one of the best stories. It's got the beginning. You're like so interested in how we got here in such a short time after 4, and
Yeah,
secondly,
like 4 ends fine, and it's like, what happened? Why did the
Yeah.
depression set in? What's
Yeah.
going on?
like 5 is really sad, and the ending of 5 is like such a fucking like beautiful like kick to the gut.
Yeah, and then the next one starts, and it's like Kiryu did the dumb fucking shit of going to prison because he doesn't want to owe the Tojo clan anything or some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
Like
they
6,
owe you.
I like 6, but it's just not. It's just the second worst one. Like it's just the second worst one.
Okay. Stevie, straight up, stop listening. This is spoiler time.
Yep.
All right, so did he beat his wife?
Which one's Somea again?
Somea is the new Yakuza guy who's like trying to take over. He's like being like,
Yeah, he's a piece of shit in some way. I don't know if he beat her. Or if he
well,
was just
when she
emotionally
talks about
abusive.
it, she said, well, because she was like being. She
Oh,
was
you
in
know what? Yeah,
Tokyo.
I remember. Yeah,
She's being harassed.
He was a
She
good
shows up all
person.
bloodied and beaten.
Yeah, he was
he
a
was
good
like-
person, and then he became not, and then he became a good.
Or no,
person again.
she just didn't see the bad side of him,
Yeah.
and it's like, yo, this man's a Yakuza not because he fell into it, because he wanted to be one.
Yeah.
And she thought it was the other way around. So like when one time they were arguing about getting out to like save their daughter or something from being involved in any of this, he lashed out against her, and it made it sound like it was like a violent lash out, but it didn't sound like he was like beat her.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I remember the implication being something like that, but they didn't necessarily say it outright.
She said like she feared being with him and had to
Yeah.
abandon her daughter.
It's possible that it was like more of a
That's
threat.
one moment I fucking hated though.
Why?
When she's talking about how she used to be married, and God, I like him, but I cannot remember his name right now. The guy who was like thirsting for her the whole time, and that's
Yeah.
why he kept fighting you. Once he finds out that she used to be married, he's like devastated. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself
That's
because
so
the woman I
stupid.
love fucked a man exclusively for a while. Oh man, and Kyoko means pure, and now she's not."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Bro, this is super disrespectful to
Yeah.
women."
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that
like-
shit's annoying.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
As soon as it was like she might have been married, that's why. And he's like, "Shut up! Don't ever say that about her." I was like, "What's wrong with her being married?"
What's
before,
wrong
man?
with you guys are in your fucking 40s. Are
Also-
you kidding me?
Well, like 30s?
Are they supposed to be in their 30s? They look 40s as fuck, dude.
Because Kiryu looks eternally young.
Yeah, but like they aged up Kiryu a bit.
Well, Kiryu is almost... That's always fucking funny as well. People talking shit to Kiryu, like, bro, you're so fucking old, you decrepit, you're gonna fall apart and die in 5 seconds, and then Kiryu destroys them physically.
Yeah, I think like if depending on when Like a Dragon takes place, which I want to say it takes place
2018.
Like, yeah,
2018 or 2019. Yeah, it's post Yakuza 6.
I think it's the same time as Judgment. Like I think it's happening like
maybe
around the same time that Judgment takes place.
I would really like a Yakuza 8 to bring all the characters together. Do a multiple play through the character.
But then what
again,
are they going to fucking call the game, Ian?
Yakuza.
In North America.
It's still Yakuza.
But there's no number anymore.
But then why don't we call it Like a Dragon 2?
Yakuza 8, Like a Dragon 2.
Sure. Well, we could call it... Well, it's like how Call of Duty, like, fucks up their naming conventions.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Call
we're
of Duty
on Call
4,
of Duty
Modern
20,
Warfare.
Modern Warfare 4. Like,
Yeah.
you're... Just fuck that shit up. Just... Let's have a Like a Dragon 2 in the West, where... Because you're no longer... Unless the main guy stays as a playable character, like, he survives his own story. Ichiban. If he survives his own story... and he shows up, he becomes a main character. We now have 5 characters in universe to play with.
Yeah.
We have Kiryu. We have
we'd have Kiryu,
Ichiban,
Majima,
Akiyama,
Taiga, Akiyama, Ichiban, yeah,
and also if you brought in Yagami.
Yeah, Yagami.
Because I think it would be a better idea to bring Yagami into the main story instead of leaving him on a spin-off, because if we want to talk about names making no sense anymore...
Yeah.
Judge Eyes 2, unless he is dealing with another serial killer who exclusively has to steal their eyes.
I don't know. They might just call it Judge Eyes 2 just to be with that. Or they might...
just call it... Just take the Western name and call it Judgment 2.
Yeah, I mean, like... Or you could... I mean, Judge Eyes is like a pun in that, but it's like... It's still like technically means sort of like the eye of judgment. Like there's still like an aspect of it. As long as it still has like lawyer shit and detective shit in it, it's gonna make sense, right?
Yeah.
I would love to see the
name.
judgment characters and the Yakuza characters interact a bit more.
Yeah,
like
I would like to see.
It's cool enough to know that they
Yakuza
take
buddy.
place like in the same world, but I would love to know more about like.
The fact that there was like 0 crossover between them.
There is.
Is there a character from Judgment that's in?
Not characters, but like they.
Well, the Tojo clan.
Yeah, but like things happened. Like the what's it called? Little Asia is still recovering after blowing the fuck up at the end of 6.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, there is still things that cross over. Like, the world exists in the same way. Like, New Serena is still there. People talk about things. Like, Sunrise is still there or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh,
Stardust.
you were right. Kiyomi and Nagamo, they are in their 40s.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they're in their 40s. Like, who are you trying to fucking date
after this
who
woman
hasn't been fucking married yet?
Yeah. And also, he's been thirsting after her since, like...
high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, that's just such a bad
At least
moment.
they got
to a game that like sometimes respects women. That was bad.
Yeah, at least they got beat Takeshi in there.
Yeah, who like he's
great.
He's a cool murderer.
Yeah, the reason what I want to see though really is I'd want to see fucking. In Yakuza 7, Yakuza 7, I'm happy for it to be its own thing. Like, it should be Ichiban's story. I'd love to see that there's crossover where you're going to be able to meet Saejima and Majima and Kiryu.
Imagine how fucking... I'm just thinking, like, I'm back on this. Imagine how mad people would be if Haruka's baby daddy was actually that piece of shit. And not good boy Yuta.
Yeah, Yuta's sick.
Yeah. Also, did you know?
Yeah.
The voice of Yuta, Tatsuya Fujiwara,
yes,
was the voice of Rikiya in Yakuza 3.
Oh, cool.
They just didn't have the face. They just weren't doing face models at the time,
Yeah.
so they were like, "Let's call you back. It's the same fucking game.
Similar
Get on over here."
characters, similar game story, yeah.
Except, guess what? You're gonna make it out of this one alive.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, for Yakuza 7, like, I'm happy for it to be its own story, but I'm also happy to see a little bit of crossover. But I do want to see, like, some of the fallout from Yakuza 6, because that happened in 2016. As we all know, it's been 20 years since 2016, so
I
I'd
would
love to
like
see what's
Daigo Dojima to just be in fucking control of the clan for one game.
I bet he will
Not
be
even
for
have him
7.
be like a
I bet
villain.
he will be for 7. Like, he's...
Yeah.
I bet you he's going to show up, but, like, nobody's actually going to be trying to usurp him.
I think
Because you
it
don't
would be-
really see
yeah.
him in any of the trailers, whereas you've seen
I think it would just
Majima,
be
we've
sick.
seen Saejima.
It would be sick if like Majima and Saejima are just now on this whole like, bro, we're so tired of this. If we're just, they like make like a proper like lines of succession thing where it's like, if Daigo's gone, it goes to Saejima or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's none of this. Hey, we're
I
gonna
want
fight
to
to see who it goes to.
I want to see Majima and Saejima kiss in this one, you guys. I love them. They're great.
Yeah.
I love those characters. I love that not murderer.
That not murderer?
Yeah, Saejima.
Oh yeah, that murderer, not murderer. He was ready to go, but he didn't do it.
That's such a good reason. Like, he showed
Yeah.
up there with 6 guns. It's just he didn't actually kill anybody.
He showed up to there with 6 guns, none of them loaded. It sounds so much worse
such
to
a
say it like
sick
that.
Scene. But they were
Yeah.
loaded. They were just loaded with fake bullets.
Oh, you know what I did? I already knew
Yeah.
that Yuta was the baby daddy.
You did?
Like the whole time. Yeah, because I spoiled myself a long time ago in this game by accident.
Because I was like, I didn't tell you. I didn't spoil Yakuza 6 except for the very ending
yeah.
to you.
And I see his like logic because technically he opens the game with becoming a fugitive by stealing the baby, and like now he's a wanted man again.
Yeah.
And also like he keeps seeing that he keeps bringing danger to his family because
Yeah,
he just can't stop.
I just want him to be happy. Like,
I want him to fucking stop. That's why another bitch I want back.
yeah.
I want his fucking ex-girlfriend in there.
Oh yeah. Kaoru.
Yeah, she was
She's
the best.
great. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, we've said this 20 times before, but I want a new game that Kaoru and Haruka go to Yagami to find Kiryu because they know he's not dead.
Yeah, and then you start the game with Yagami or something, and like, you know, similar how do they do it with Akiyama in 4, and you have to go through and you keep fighting until you get to
like you do.
Do Saejima and Majima know?
Huh?
Do Saejima and Majima know that Kiryu's still alive?
I think it's just Date and Daigo.
So then he goes through and he either is trying to get a meeting with Date or with Daigo, and maybe he has to fight, like, if it's with Date, it's a lot easier to just run through.
Yeah.
If it's
Daigo,
Majima to get to Daigo or something, that would be an interesting fight.
Yeah, because what would be really cool is you could have a sequence where it's like you fight...
Yagami?
Yeah.
Yagami versus Majima.
Yagami versus Majima, and like there's the fight, and they're both like tired out by it, and Majima's
But then
like, shit.
in the background, your Yakuza friend.
Oh yeah,
Kaido,
yeah, and Saejima are fighting.
and Saejima.
Yeah, but then like it ends because it's like, why won't you let me get more info about Kiryu? We know he's alive, and then Majima's like, wait, that's why you're fighting us? Kiryu's alive, and it's like, oh, now they're part of the team, and they want to know from
Well, he
Daigo.
would probably be like, bro, why do you think Kiryu's alive? And then they just showed like a blurry picture of a man who looked like Kiryu, and
Yeah,
then
but it's
Majima would be
Kiryu.
like, I know that freckle.
Yeah, Majima's like, I know it's him. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a blurry photo that they take of like him trying to not be seen by a camera at like when Haruka's like at the gravesite with like Hanado, well, the baby's name, whatever the baby's name is. Haruto, that's it. He's like, she's carrying Haruto. She's at like Kiryu's grave, and she's like, you know, that's your grandfather or whatever, right? And then she turns, and like there's like a man wearing sunglasses and a hat, and he's got a beard, and it's like, wait a second, and she takes like a picture on her phone, but it's like kind of blurry, and then it's like she shows it. It's like, I know it's him, right? That'd be great.
Or you know, another good setup would be Haruka is at the grave, and you know who else shows at the grave? Kaoru.
Yeah, that's
and she's
what I was
like,
saying.
man, I'm a CIA woman, and I know for a goddamn fact
Well, I was saying,
Kiryu
like,
Kazuma is too powerful.
I was saying,
That
like,
man is alive.
my vibe is that she goes to Yagami, and then, like, Yagami's, like, trying to get somewhere with it, and then Kaoru shows up, like, and it's like, okay, I'm finally here off the plane. Did you already hire the private detective? I'll help him, but, like, we needed extra help who's, like, I haven't been in Japan for the past 10 years or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I don't have the connections to do the investigation, so I'm going to assist. And then it's like, blah, blah, blah. Then you get, like, Majima and Saejima join, and then, like, you're trying to get Daigo to give away the information. And then, like, you know, Daigo won't give it up because he's like that. He'll never talk no matter how much you fucking beat the shit out of him. And then, like, then they have to, but they find out that Date might know, and then they're like, okay, we need to know from Date.
So, I was looking up another one of Yagami's teammates, Fumiya, the ninja boy.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
On his Wikipedia page, there is shit actually fully blurred out that you have to click on to open it. Like the fact that his real last name is not Sugiura, it's Terasawa, and he was related to the girlfriend that was murdered.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they do that on every other fucking Yakuza page? Like, when I open it and it's just like, yo, this guy's dead. And it's like, god damn it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Anyways, the guy who I thought was on the cover is, so now that we're talking spoilers, is it's the Korean guy.
Yeah.
Who you fight in that ring. That was really stylish.
That was cool. I didn't think he died.
He gets shot in the head.
Oh, shit. I just forgot that.
He gets shot in the head by Beat Takeshi.
Well, see if the wiki says that. See what the wiki says about that character.
I'm trying to find it. What's the name of that gang?
It's the same Korean gang from.
You know what? I'll just look up Stardust.
Yeah.
Oh, that was also brutal what he did to that guy. Jun Gi-han. Yeah, it says he's deceased.
Okay. Then maybe it's just like a similar looking guy.
It's just like you had a character with the same haircut, and it's also bleached white.
Or like, maybe the reveal in 7 is that he lived.
It was pretty straight up shot to the face.
Well, wait. Do we only see him in the picture? Is he in profile?
I got the spoiler.
Okay, he's not dead.
Thanks, fucking Yakuza Wiki.
Yeah.
It says spoiler ends here, you fuckers.
Yeah, it is the same guy. He's not dead, is he?
No, it's not the same guy.
What? It's a new guy?
Yeah. It's you remember how Kazuki was like kidnapped at the beginning of Yakuza 2 and replaced with a lookalike via plastic surgery?
Yeah.
So that the Koreans could have a foothold inside of like thing.
You mean in Yakuza 6?
No, in Yakuza 2.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
In Yakuza 2, there's the Kazuki clone.
Yeah.
That you end up getting killed.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's literally the exact same thing.
Oh. Cool.
Is that this dude got plastic surgery
to look like the other guy.
To look like Jun Gi-han.
So this is a spoiler for Yakuza 7. Over.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he was going by Jun Gi-han, and you're supposed to be like, oh, you mean the guy from Yakuza 6? And then okay, cool. Well, I'll forget that by November, I think.
And also, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. There's not a lot here. I don't think he's that important. I think he's a side character.
Cool. I'm really hyped for Yakuza 7, though. I want to see more of this turn-based stuff. I would love it.
I don't want it to return maybe in a side game.
I'd love to see Yakuza 8 where if you do play as multiple characters, it'll be like this.
You switch fighting styles?
Yeah, Ichiban has turn-based, and then like when you play as Kiryu, it's Kiryu, and then when you play as like a different person, it's maybe a different gameplay style. I think that'd be a cool idea.
If they can make it work, then
the inevitable multi-part crossover of Judgment, Yakuza 1 through 6, and Yakuza 7 would be awesome.
Yeah. So that dude, that's probably one of the things people are like, yeah, you should have played the previous games to know that.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound like a really important part of the plot, but yeah.
Yeah, well, depending on how much he's actually in it, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be probably a better jumping on point than 4 was, maybe.
yeah, I think if
Unless
Judgment's a
they
good
do
jumping
really
on
crazy.
point to get into the series, but
Yeah.
it's also not.
Yeah, because
it's totally
like,
separate. Like, you're not going to get spoilers in that one.
yeah, other than that, like, Little Asia exploded.
And you hardly go
Yeah.
there. It's just you run through there and there's a guy playing shogi and it's like, cool.
No, but
You're a
there's like
friend I
people who
don't wanna
talk
make.
about like, wow, ever since Little Asia exploded again,
Yeah.
because it exploded twice.
It was, well, they caught it on fire and then second time they actually straight up blew it up.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Yuta.
Love it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You got anything
What,
else
you
for
burp
me?
or something?
Oh yeah, I burped. Sorry, I thought you heard me.
Nah, I got nothing else. I'm probably going to finish that game this week and then I'll get back to Final Fantasy.
Cool. That game's great. It's
Should
still
also
it's,
go finish Persona 5 eventually.
yeah. And when I say, by the way, when I say it's the second worst Yakuza, I'm talking about ones with the name Yakuza in the title that I've played.
Talking about mainline games.
Talking about mainline boys. Obviously, I think Dead Souls and Fist of the North Star are worse.
Yeah, but they're also not real.
They're not mainline. Yeah, they're not canon.
Yeah.
Although apparently Ishin and Kenzan are both very good, but we just
Yeah.
don't have them here. Those are the ones that take place in the past.
I think, you know what actually would be really cool,
What?
in my opinion? A Yakuza negative one.
Yeah, like
Where you play as
Daddy Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That'd be cool.
You, you could play the story of, like, killing Kiryu and Nishiki's parents.
I'd
and
love
Yumi.
to see a Yakuza-esque game. If they're gonna do one set in samurai times, I'd love to see one set in like sort of Raido Kuzunoha type setting.
I don't know what that is.
Raido Kuzunoha, the setting of that game is like Tokyo in the 20s when it's like the world's on this edge of like samurai and modernity of Japan, and like
Yeah.
kind of like, like Demon Slayer, like that time period
Yeah.
where there's cars and shit, right?
There's
But
cars and trains, except the people who are out in the boonies are like, what the fuck?
but it's still like samurais exist. Like that's the setting of Raido Kuzunoha. Actually, Demon Slayer pretty much ripped off the Raido Kuzunoha games. Yeah, but it's still the 20s, so it's got 20s things in the cities, but they're samurai shit like out in the rural areas. And like, I'd love to see a sort of Yakuza set in 20s and be like a sort of 20s noir Japan samurai over the top thing. I think that'd be dope.
Well, I think a Yakuza in 1968 would be cool.
That'd be cool as well. Don't get me wrong.
That is the year Kiryu was born.
Yeah, man, that'd be sick. That'd be cool.
When Shintaro Kazuma was 23 and straight up killed his parents. But
Yeah.
what I don't want Kiryu's parents to be anybody.
No, yeah. They're
I
not
want them
important.
to be like like wrong place, wrong time sort of thing. I do not want him to secretly be the child of the first chairman or some bullshit.
So you
I
want-
fucking hate that.
So you want like classic Batman, not Gotham.
I want what Kylo Ren said in Star Wars Episode 8, but to never be retconned.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
your parents
you
are
were
nobody.
nothing.
You've made your
parents,
own story.
Your dad was a fucking factory worker. Your mom was a housewife.
Well, I think it's that they
nothing.
somehow got involved with Yakuza business, but like not that they were.
So
big
him being a
deals.
factory worker, maybe just one day
Yeah.
he was out, or like they were there and he pissed them off, and then they ambushed him on the streets or whatever and just killed him.
I was
going to
say low level Yakuza guy disrespected the wrong person.
I don't even want him to be Yakuza. Like, I'd like him to rather just be a civilian who, because it feels like, because Kazuma was always like, yeah, I take people in
Yeah.
that I murdered. Like, I take their children in because I killed their parents
Yeah,
because
but
I have to.
But Yakuza can't kill civilians.
Then it's an accident.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe he did. Maybe Kiryu's dad was like a low-level politician. But I
that
don't
could
want
be.
him to be someone famous.
Yeah, nobody important, but they'd have to be, of course, like important to whatever ridiculous conspiracy the story winds up being. but like it can't be somebody actively important.
Well, no, I'm saying like it's something that happens like in this like during the story, but not like a main thing that happens in the story. Like just an accident. I want like a hint, but I don't want it to be the whole story. I don't want Kiryu to be Haruka.
Yeah. No, yeah. I know what you mean.
Or Haruto, because he would be 1 year old.
Yeah.
Or maybe Kiryu was like a super lost baby. Like maybe he was already kidnapped or something from some other dude, and it's just like, and then he killed the guy who kidnapped him, and he's like, well, baby was lost.
Setting one in like the late 60s is cool, because that's when like actually a lot of the Yakuza movies that the Yakuza games are based off of came out.
Yeah.
Like, or I'd love to see one that's like, I don't know. I love this. I love the Seijun Suzuki Yakuza movies. I only have two, to be fair, but like Tokyo Drifter and Branded to Kill are so fucking good because they're like so subversive, and they like undermine the idea of Yakuza story. I'd love to see something like that.
Yeah.
You could just make Kazuma fucking the guy from Branded to Kill.
Sure.
You could just do that story.
You could also make up some fucking like rivalry bullshit with Shimano.
Yeah.
For Kazuma. Like that'd be fucking fun to just beat the shit out of that dude.
Yeah, I'd love to see also like other important Yakuza characters even younger than they were in the 80s.
Yeah.
Cuz you could probably have like Daigo would be born like 10, 12 years later, so that's not fair, but like
yeah.
You could have
a mission where you meet a 4-year-old Goro Majima.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Allegedly.
Ryuji Goda, but no, he's a kid in Zero because he's much younger than Kiryu.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that mission's funny though, where he's stealing people's pants and he's like 12, but he looks like an adult man.
Yeah. Well, they're like trying to beat him up because they think he's like the tough guy.
Yeah, did I tell you that Ryuji Goda comes back in Dead Souls?
Yeah, I know. I knew that.
He has a robot arm.
Nice. Well, I don't know why.
Because he died. If you die and come back, you have to have a robot limb.
You have to have a robot part.
Yeah. Like Darth Maul. Darth Maul has robot legs now.
Sure.
Do you want to call that it? Call it a day? All right.
Let's call it there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast that we all love equally. If you want more, obviously you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/n8scomedy, or we are on Spotify and iTunes and Podchaser and Google Podcasts and all sorts of shit. Pretty much anything that you can get podcasts on. We're on even more now than we were before, because I think we're on Pandora now, or we will be soon. I don't know. If you want to follow us... Huh? What'd you say?
Nothing.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
You talking shit?
Nothing. Yeah.
All right. If you want to follow us, you can find me on Twitter at The Media Hole. You can find me on TikTok at The Media Hole. You can find me on twitch.tv/The Media Hole, where I think I'm going to try to start streaming soon. And also, of course, on Tumblr at whenyourballs.get-stuck-to-your-leg.tumblr.com.
Change your name.
Ian can be found also on the internet. You can find him on practically every social media at StrugglesV.
Yeah, follow me on Tumblr, my main social media, to get some sick One Piece content. You thought I wasn't going to get it this week, did you?
God damn it! Anyway. Oh, he unplugged his mic.
It also stopped recording right there as well. Anyways, once quarantine's over, I should just force you to watch One Piece movie so you can be very confused the whole time.
All right, sick. Sure. Anyway, thank you guys for listening.
And then you can make me watch any movie that I don't care for.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.